So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
And take 3. Beautiful people, welcome to my channel. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys found me. I am so blessed to be here to do your reading. And for those of you guys returning, I'm so grateful. I can't wait to get into your reading today. We have 6 piles to choose from. Okay, these readings aren't going to be super long, but they will be getting to the point of your question. So have a yes, no sort of question at the top of your mind, and maybe even a question as to why. Okay, because I will be giving you sort of a yes, no, or why something is so, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you are clear in regards to what you're looking into, in regards to a specific topic, situation, experience, you're wanting some form of information, clarity, closure, confirmation, whatever it is regarding whatever you're dealing with, then this is the reading for you. Okay, so you could definitely be called to multiple piles here. You could use different areas in question to tap into this reading and select different piles based on whatever question you're asking or whatever area you're wanting further clarity on. Okay, so we'll be answering a yes, no, and sort of as to why, or what's going on energetically as to why something is going sort of this way or that way, or has gone this way or that way. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you guys. These are the 6 decks I will be using. I'll be solely using the tarot so that this messaging is concise and quick, or at least quick enough for it to not go on and on and on for me. Okay, so beautiful angels, option 1 is the Wake Me Up Tarot. Option 2 is the Out of Hand Tarot. Option 3 is the Storyteller's Tarot. Option 4 is the Minchati Tarot cards. And option 5 is the Anime Tarot. And option 6 is the Sacred She Tarot. So sit with this energy. Like I said, you could definitely be pulled to multiple piles based on what it is you're asking. Different situations, circumstances could be pulling through here. Okay, beautiful angel, I'll put the timestamps below, and I will see you at your pick. Pile number 1, you guys picked the Wake Me Up Tarot, and I heard really loudly the Evanescence lyrics to the song Bring Me to Life. So that's a very intense song. You guys can look up the lyrics to that song, but let me see what it is that Spirit is wanting to answer for you guys. Pile number 1 regarding your question. So like I say, have a yes, no question. Okay, and maybe you just want to know why. You know, maybe you would just, your question is as to clarity around a situation, circumstance. Okay, I'll do my best to channel exactly what pulls through this reading for you, but just be concise as to what situation, topic, question you might have. This way, you'll know right away if this reading is resonating for you or not. Okay, if not, go check out another pile. And like I said, many piles could be tapping into different sort of situation, circumstances. You can go back and ask multiple sort of questions. There goes my email. Confirming. So, beautiful angel, let's take a look. Pile number 1, they want to know why something is how it is, or yes, no to their question. Spirit, for pile 1, what is the answer to pile 1 here? So we have 4 swords. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the 4 of Cups. Why is the 4 swords here? We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. We have Temperance in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Star in reverse. And finally, why is this Four of Cups here? Knight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, we have the Six Wands. Under that, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, give me a second to tap into this energy. Okay, we have lots of fours here. So four is all about structure, foundation, stability, and planning. Okay, we have the sign of Sagittarius and Aquarius and Cancer. So I feel like your question is in regards to a situation or circumstance that you feel you can't get any success in or victory or can't work with. It feels to me like it's something that you feel shut out by. And it feels like it is something that is making you feel without. It is making you feel maybe even confused as to what could you do and how can you handle this situation any better or any different than you have. Like the situation has a mind of its own. It almost feels like here. And I feel like you're really in an energy here of good intention, wanting good intention, wanting to have success here. But I feel like you feel almost like cut at the knees, like you've been robbed of an opportunity. This is what it seems like to me. So your question might be around like, oh, why is it that this thing is sort of not allowing me to engage in a way that gives me a chance or an opportunity to prove myself or to have success or to do something here that I know I can do. It's like, I know that it would be successful and I know that I could have victory and I know that it would be abundant and I know all these things. So why, Spirit, am I robbed of this opportunity? Or why do I have to play still or play small or stay in this state of uncertainty or why can't it come together? This is really what it seems like. And so what Spirit is talking about here is actually this thing is something that is for you, okay? Now, when I say it is for you, in the state that you're in and in the time that you were wanting it to sort of work out, it wasn't aligned. And it had nothing to do with the thing itself, okay? And I want to say the thing, I don't know, the job, the relationship, the thing that you had your eye on. There's some thing, okay, that you really desire to have success with. And you want to be the victor. You want to accomplish said thing. But Spirit was saying it wasn't right for you at that point in time because you weren't in the right energy to dance with that, to take it as far as it could go successfully. And I want to say successfully, it doesn't mean that you'd be bad at it. It means that there is a predestined experience you're meant to have with said thing that's going to go in a certain way. And you have to be in a certain energy. And this certain energy will uncover certain things down that path. And if you're not in that energy at that time, then that thing is sort of useless. There is no further development that can happen there. And so this job might be one that wouldn't go any further. This relationship would be one that would maybe fall short or fall flat, or it would not take you down the path that you're being called to take. And so I do feel like this thing, it could be something very, very like intertwined into your future in some way here. But the timing, I feel, was off, and not because of the thing itself, but because of you yourself. And I feel like that thing, whatever you're asking about, is there. So let's say, for example, why didn't I get this like chef's job, this chef's job that I really want? It's like the chef job is still available to you. It might not be at that kitchen or that restaurant, but the idea of that in which you hold in your head is still there, and it's still available to you, and it's always been available to you there, but your energy is one in which Spirit is prepping or priming. Now, if this is about a relationship, this is Spirit is saying that this person that you're destined to succeed with and develop with and experience with is there, and that your energy is being primed and prepped throughout this experience, whatever you're learning here. And I don't think you like it. I think you are dissatisfied in this period, this period of time that's sort of undetermined and what's it for sort of thing. But I feel like as long as we are sort of seeing it as it's slowing me down, or it's not good for me, or it's the cause of my suffering, or it's making me feel rejected or without, as long as you're in that energy, then Spirit says that's the energy that is why you're there. Like that's why it didn't work, is because you can still default to that sort of mindset and that understanding. A Spirit is saying that whatever this thing is, it requires a different sort of engagement with your current situation, meaning Spirit, I see what you're doing, or Spirit, I learn from this period, or I'm learning from this, or I'm doing all that I can with this period of time, even though I might not understand. Because I do feel like Spirit is saying in this pile is like, we might have been trying to grip onto something out of the wrong reasons prematurely. And maybe it's fear, maybe it's just there was nothing else, or maybe I was uncertain, or maybe it was like we're not knowing the driver. Like subconsciously, we were just like trying to jump into that relationship, or trying to jump into that job, or trying to get out of something, or trying to, then I'll figure it out throughout. It's like, no, the Spirit's saying you're not going to figure it out throughout the process. You're going to figure it out before the process. But the process, or the thing, the job, the relationship, whatever the your eye on the prize, whatever that thing is, it's still there. It's always been there. It's going to be there for you. It hasn't left. It's very solid. It's very secure. It is for you. You are right. What you see is right. There is no illusions that Spirit is putting in front of you. You're not delusional. There is no maybe it's this and maybe it's that. As long as you're in that sort of cloudy energy, moonlight energy, not certain, not clear, you're not in the right energy to manifest this thing. You're the one who's sort of off balance. And Spirit feels your emotions are off balance. Spirit feels like your experience of the past is determining your now energy, which is actually to the lower vibration, a 4 cups and a 5 pentacle. And so Spirit is saying we can't force ourselves to get out of that energy, but we can be very aware of that energy and question, why am I in this energy, feeling rejected, or feeling like I'm not seeing the things that I could be grateful for, or that this is an opportunity for me, but I can detach from that in which I had in my mind of how and the time and what it means when I don't line up with it, and how that impacts my emotions and how that impacts how I view myself. Okay, so Spirit is saying this comes through time. This comes through reflecting. This comes through a period that you're being given by the universe to figure this all out. And so you cannot be involved with that job or that person or that thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't see this thing that you're being shown. And then when you finally get out of that energy, Spirit says you will be blessed with this thing and an opportunity to do this thing. Okay, but right now, Spirit's saying, no, it's not going to be available. It's always available, but it's not going to open up for you to explore, invest, engage, and do the thing you thought you needed to do, because the thing that you would be doing would actually not be the you that Spirit is wanting you to be. And you will come to understand and see this finally when you come out of the energy state that you're in. But whatever this is solid, and it is going to be something that maybe rolls out really, really slow. And it all depends on how you are in tune with your own emotions, seeing the truth of your situation clearly, not from the eyes of emotional distortion, like taking it personal, feeling like everything's maybe a slight at you, or a rejection of you, or like it's reflecting back to you your own worth, or that's like taking situations very surface and superficial in a way here. And Spirit is saying that's lack mindset. Okay, it's seeing what's not working. It's out of scarcity. And Spirit is saying we're going to tap into our to the truth of a situation. Only when we tap into the truth of who we are can we see the truth of a situation. If we're too emotionally wrapped up and delusional and have a misconception of ourselves, why it's not happening, what we think needs to happen, fears, past experiences, all of that stuff, Spirit says, well, then this thing's on pause. Pause, 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 pause. And you can take as long as you want because the Spirit is in no rush. The universe has no time, so it doesn't care if it takes a whole lifetime here. The ball is in your court, but it is unfolding here in a way that allows you to work through this thing with no rush. But there's things that need to be healed. Okay, there's three-sword energy here that needs to be healed. And the only way is through actual reflection, not the guns a-blazing towards the next thing that's going to just reinforce this unhealthy subconscious way of engagement. You know, and like I said, this could be any situation, circumstance, because we could still experience a three swords and delusion when it comes to feeling rejected from our purpose, from work, from a relationship, you know, but I feel is very tied to your identity. I think without this thing, you feel like your identity is gone. And it's like, that's not true. And that needs to be undone. It's like, if I don't become a teacher or a chef, you know, then who am I and what am I? And Spirit wants to show you who you are without that. But that doesn't mean that you won't be the teacher or the chef. That just means you're independently going to find who you are aside from being the teacher or the chef. So if this is a relationship, it's like, no, a relationship gives me purpose. It makes me feel valued. Then I see who I truly am when I'm able to give of my love and be of service in that way. It's like, no, Spirit wants you to see who you are outside of relationship first. Okay, this is the thing that needs to be healed and seen through, because you'll just be acting out of a need to fill some sort of three-sword energy. And that's not truthful. That's just reflexes. Okay, reflexes, scarcity mindset. And it's a skewed way of how you see yourself. It's not how the divine sees you. The divine sees you as somebody here who has an independent sort of energy aside from this in which you're wanting or seeking, that is healthy and strong and could feel confident and feel like successful without that. And when you reach that state, then Spirit says, then ironically is when you sort of have it. And as long as we hold, well, then I won't want it, or then what's it for? And then, okay, well, then that's what's being healed. That energy exactly, you know, that energy exactly. You're not in the right energy to attain that thing. And if Spirit were to give it to you, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in the way that it's supposed to work, okay? Spirit knows how it's supposed to work. So it'd fall flat, or you'd still have this subconscious thing lurking about in the dark, in the shadows, driving your actions, a hunger, a hole, a skewed way of seeing self, still feel like disappointment at the end of it, or it would, like I say, fall flat and not to do the thing it's supposed to do. So if you're going to land a dream chef job, it must be the one that's going to work with your individuality, you know, but not an individuality here of ego. Like your authentic individual self must solidify here, not from a place of reaction and emotion and disappointment, scarcity, and lack. Okay, I hope this made sense. Pile number 1, this is your reading, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. All right, pile number 2, you guys picked the Out of Hand Tarot. So let's take a look at your answer, shall we? Yes, no, or as to why. So Out of Hand Tarot is something unruly. Something seems like you're wanting to know, well, like, why is this conflicting, or why is it unruly? That's what keeps coming through. Maybe someone's acting unruly. Something seems like it's just out of your control, you know? Something's out of control. Let's see. Spirit, for pile number 2. Yes, no, or why? What's going on with their situation or circumstance that they're here about? Is the answer yes, no? And if so, what's going on and why? Clear and concise message for pile 2 in regards to what they're asking about energetically, Spirit. Thank you so much for this message. Thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. It's King of Cups revealing itself, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Yes, no, and why, Spirit? What's going on here energetically with pile number 2? Do we need these? Yes. These I could put away. Okay. And I need one more over here. And this is a side sort of message here. Wow, lots of cards for you guys. So, Page of Pentacles. Pentacles, Pentacle, Pentacles. I just heard Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Let's see. So we have the Empress in reverse, Taurus, Libra. And we have the Six of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Page of Cups, 2 pages now. And we have the Sun in reverse. Okay, and then we have Death, Scorpio energy. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, I'm not going to flip this just yet so we can get some sort of confirmation as I channel this so that we know that we read this right for you guys. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, Pentacles, 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 all in this pile over here. Okay, give me a second just to tap into what this is, okay? Okay, so Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, yeah, Scorpio, I already said. Okay, for the signs here. I feel like you feel, this does feel to me like you're dealing with someone, okay? And I do feel like you feel at the mercy of this situation or this circumstance, that someone or something is not showing up. Okay, like when will this person? Okay, now I don't know how accurate this is. Okay, because I do feel it's coming from your perspective as to someone in your world. And it's like, will this person open up? Will this person finally reveal something to me? Or will I finally enjoy sunlight? This could definitely be a relationship reading. You know, it's like, I want to build something or work with someone or like find that partner in relationship or whatever dynamic this is. And I'm not sure that this person will ever sort of reveal how they feel or come forward. Maybe this person owes you an apology because I was feeling unruly. So it's like, well, this person, it feels like there's an understanding you have of this person, okay, that's made you feel in a certain way. And it's like they are incapable of showing up in a way here that makes me feel seen or understood or appreciated, or even allow themselves to express how they feel. So you could see this person as maybe a little immature, or someone who is at a point here where they owe you some form of communication or some form of an apology, or even they owe you, okay, now when I say owe you, it's like you have an understanding that this person could be someone that you could work with, could have a relationship with, or could you develop an enterprise with, or like a business with, or like something like this, and this person fell short or it won't move out of their energy. So they're stuck somewhere. They want to be stubborn, or they're challenged by expressing themselves, or they're challenged by giving and receiving love, or they're just challenged by investing with you. They're in a situation maybe where they're held back, or maybe where they refuse to move forward, or maybe where they are like so bunged up here emotionally that it's like, will they ever make it clear? Are they ever going to see the light, you know? Like, when will they transform here? When will this be different? When will they show up? When will the truth come out? When will this become a 3D thing? When can we, when sort of idea? And is it a yes or is it a no? And also backed up with, should I just leave this whole thing? Should I release this person, walk away? You know? And maybe you have released them and walked away. But your question is about, when will they walk away from that in which they're needing to release? When will they not be so held back? When will they get out of the state they're in? So you feel like whatever situation they're in is actually holding them back. And for a lot of them, it's like their own emotions, or their inability to open up, or their inability to see what's abundant, or their inability to give, or their inability to just show up in the 3D world. Like, this needs to change. This needs to be understood by them. And it's like they don't understand it, they don't see it, or they don't see what I see here. And maybe you see like something coming very successful between you and this person, like ultimate success and joy. And maybe you even feel like eventually they'll see the light, or eventually it will come to light, or eventually we can come together, or eventually this person will get out of it. And by that time, I'm already transitioned out. I've already released them. And maybe that's the fear too, is like, by the time they see the light, by the time they come around, by the time they want to invest, by the time they say, okay, by the time they let go, by the time they remove themselves from whatever difficult situation they're in which they're not allowing themselves to have joy or allow their inner child to explore, I'll be moved out, or I'll be moved on, or I will have to walk away because this situation is emotionally not satisfying me. And we might be on two different sort of timelines, or I'm moved on or might need to move on. It's like, what's with this person? And this could be you seeing yourself this way too, okay? This could be you, like I'm so held back. I can't open up. I can't give and receive love. There's something maybe even like mother wounds here. The Empress in reverse is a block to love. And it could definitely be like I said, like not allowing someone in here, a block to abundance. And with the pages here, this is about communication and starting something new and exploring something that we'd have to be open to as like a novice mindset. But if we're too clingy to the world we know, or we've been challenged, or we've experienced something that tells us we can't open up, or we can't trust, or another situation, maybe this person has another business partner, has a marriage, has a situation, or is like clinging to the unhealthy way of loving. Maybe this person has sex without love. They're unable to commit. This energy is one of a block here. And of this person maybe having very deep feelings, but on the surface, it seems shallow or immature, or it seems like this person needs to overcome something in their world and see it for what it is. Like when will it change? When will they finally release it? When will they come out of their comfort zone? When will the situation actually be something new? When will I hear from this person? When can we work on this thing? All right. So let's see. Queen of Swords. I want clarity. I want answers. I want to know. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the Four of Wands in reverse. Why it didn't work out. Why we can't come together. Why they can't commit. Why we can't build the thing. Why we can't have the marriage. Okay, some of you guys might be referencing your twin flame here. The Empress and the Four of Wands. We're missing the Emperor, so the Emperor's not here. The Divine Masculine is stuck somewhere in his comfort zone. 10 of Cups. So why can't we have the happiness? So there's a potential of a 10 cups, me and this Divine Masculine, okay? I don't care about gender. I'm just talking about what is coming through here is like this person. And like I said, if it's not a relationship, then it's like the partner that I need to step up here to create the thing so we can both be happy and we could both appreciate abundance here. Like this is ultimate fulfillment. Where are they? And why can't we? And I need the clarity about this. Okay, and so Spirit is talking about this lesson coming through as an experience for you. All will be revealed to you. There's something about your own energy here in which you're having to learn about your own worth, your own boundaries, your own love, your own abundance without this person. So this person will be MIA. You are mirroring this person. Therefore, it cannot come together. You're needing to get out. You're needing to let go of the energy you're in. You're the one that's transforming. You're the one who has to release, and not only what doesn't serve you, but what is actually not in line with your truest purpose and what might be hindering you, what might be toxic. You're learning about opening your heart space, and this is allowing compassion into your heart, regardless of what's going on in the 3D world. Spirit is wanting you to come out of the 3D world, which is difficult to do when this is all we know. We're really, really, really putting all our eggs in one basket. Pentacle, pentacle, pentacle. What is going on in the pentacle? I don't want to see anything other than the pentacle here, because that's what's going to give me security. That's what's going to make me feel stable. That's when I see the truth. That is the thing that I need. And Spirit is saying, actually, no. Actually, no. You bought this story so much so that it's actually something else we're wanting you to see. And what we're wanting you to see is that, yes, pentacle matters, but you're not going to see any manifestation of the pentacle realm until whatever needs to transform in your world is transformed, is seen through. You're going to have to see this. And what this is that there's many dimensions happening all at once. We're in many dimensions, and we're actually in the 5D, and we're also in the 3D. Whether you see the 5D now or not, you're there. Okay? You don't sort of go bounce there and come back. And no, you're in all dimensions at once. But we're so narrow, we don't know when we're experiencing. And what this is really about is that there's a change here that's happening, a transformation that's happening. And we are working through being able to see clearly through the practical world, the 3D world, the matrix world, and we haven't in the past. This is what Spirit wants you to work through. Seeing beyond the matrix, seeing beyond the 3D and what you're seeing with your eyes. This is the only way for this thing to come together. Now, if this is a business thing, which I don't feel it is, but if it is, it's like I have a vision and I have to believe in the vision even when all signs point to no, because this is all about faith in something that's greater than yourself, that's actually happening on another dimension. And Spirit is saying that this thing is to manifest here, but only through your belief and conviction in it. Okay? Things have to happen in the 3D only when the 5D sort of lessons and understandings have been experienced. This is a profound lesson. Okay? Profound. This is all about clarity, consciousness, seeing through illusions. The joy is there to be had. This is also a delay here. Why is it delayed? So your question might be all of those questions I asked, and Spirit keeps saying, well, the delay here is because you still haven't seen. You still haven't come into your Empress. This Empress will know when she's in the full Empress upright, because it's not going to feel like it's another person or they're too slow or like I need to see it in the 3D. That's not Empress energy. That's just, again, like a matrixy person, you know? And this is all about shedding the ego. This is about seeing beyond yourself. This is a very profound thing you're working on, purpose you're working on, person you're working on. This is union. Okay, and union is heart, mind, soul. Everything comes into balance and together. Ultimate. Okay, this isn't what I think is ultimate, like with my distortions and my lack of clarity, because then you'll just continue to manifest like lower vibe things, thinking you're in 10 Pentacles and you're not. Spirit saying, no, you'll actually see what your 10 Pentacle is. You haven't seen a 10 Pentacle. You've never experienced a 10 Pentacle. Your idea of a 10 Pentacle is actually skewed, and Spirit is saying you're going to see very clearly. It's going to reveal itself to you. But only can a 10 Pentacle reveal itself to you, can it come together to you when you see, and there goes my email, your full Empress. And this doesn't require this person specifically to be in your matrix world, in your Pentacle realm, for you to see this, for you to birth this version of you. In fact, this person must be removed. Because this is all about your trust in the unseen. You seeing beyond illusion. You seeing your own self-worth. You connecting to this. You doing the thing internally here. So that the external can then reveal itself. And if this means taking all of what you believe today, shedding the ego, transforming so that you can become this version, then that's what it's going to take. If this means walking away from everything and everyone that's toxic, casing all these beer cups, I don't know, toxic situations, people, circumstances, okay? This isn't just what doesn't serve you. This is like what's toxic in your world has to be removed. You got to take active, conscious action in releasing that. And identifying what's good and what's not, and not on a basis of good because my subconscious is saying it's good, or because the distorted me that might fear throwing something out or walking away from some situation. It's like when I'm totally no longer in fear, When I'm no longer in fear and I completely do what's best aligned for my greatest, highest good, taking people obviously into consideration. But if I'm not in my highest, greatest good, then I can't do no good for anyone. And this is when we totally open our heart space. Right now, Spirit is saying your heart space is closed. It's still from a matrixy heart space. What can this person do? How's it going to happen in the 3D? Why are they closed? Why is it this? Why is it that with that person? And Spirit saying, point it back to self. How am I going to navigate my own truest value here without putting all of this on this opportunity with this person, or this build with this person, or this business thing developing in the matrix world? And that's when it happens, because this lesson, okay, with this Queen of Swords, all about the wisdom we get through the experience of pain and experiencing things we don't like, in order for us to see clearly. And what we're going to see as a result of the pain and all of this thing that's taking forever is true enlightenment, joy, happiness, and the clear truth. And the clear truth is that you are an abundant empress here that doesn't need an emperor, that doesn't need anything in the 3D to prove it. This is being transformed. This is being shown to you. You will understand this, but it can't be seen if the ego's in the way. It can't be seen if the heart's closed. It can't be seen if we're still externally using our eyes out there. But in the inside, we still haven't healed anything. We still haven't birthed ourselves. We're still the old version of us, wanting different results, wanting to experience a 10 cups and a sun and a 4 of wands, without really, really transforming ourselves from a past version of us. You're still sort of not transformed here, okay? Even though you might have gone through a lot, it's saying, no, we still have things we need to put down. We still have toxic things that we're too fearful maybe to release, or things in the subconscious that we still haven't identified as toxic for us, or not good, or not aligned. And we're clinging to it. And maybe we're halfway through, or maybe we've got rid of some things thinking, okay, now I'm ready, or now this person, it's like, no, we have still so much we're still clinging on to. Spirit saying you're still clinging on to this ideas, or maybe stories, or maybe people or situation. And remember, there's no time when it comes to spirit. So I don't know, you might have been on this journey for 10 years. When will this happen? When will they show up? When can I put in the energy here in the 3D? And Spirit is saying, well, stop clinging to the 4 cups you're still hanging on to. That's actually emotionally not in line for you. It's out of fear you're hanging on, or out of, again, the subconscious reaction that's making me do what I do here emotionally. This needs to be transmuted, needs to be changed for you to have success. Okay, now, if you're asking about this person, this person is totally in line with your energy, this manifestation. It's all about you. And so how long, or when, or why, or blah, blah, blah. It's like Spirit is saying, as soon as you get your shit together, then you will see. And it's only delayed as long as you're delayed. That's it. And will this thing make you happy? Absolutely. But only when you're transformed on the other side of this thing, which is still happening here. Okay. Yeah, 3 of Swords in reverse. We need to deal with the 3 swords. Okay, this is the only reason why we'd be an Empress in reverse. We still haven't healed the thing, and I feel like it's still the thing here that is still, we're still hanging on to a 4-cup energy. I still feel rejected. I still feel despondent. I still feel not seen. I still feel like the universe is not providing. I still feel sad. I still feel rejection and heartbroken, and I still can't overcome this. Spirit is saying, like, because you still haven't seen your truth. You're still not an Empress in the upright. Like there is a truth about you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you can only see it when you shed the ego, the story there, that other person's hurting me, other person's separate. There's pain that's been created to me. And I am, instead of sitting with it and transmuting the energy, I am like trying to seek outside thing that will alleviate this, It's not going to alleviate itself. Another person will not alleviate this. This needs to be transmuted, the 3 swords, You've been hurt, most likely by this experience. It's for a reason, for you to see greater truth, for you to learn a greater truth, and for you maybe to even learn about when you say yes and when you say no, but not from a place of hurts, not from a place of ego, but from a place of true self-value and clarity, Then Spirit says all signs will align, and this situation is destined to unfold, transform, but old energies must go. must go in both your worlds, because I do feel there's a mirroring here. So whatever you're sort of ironing out in your world, this person must iron out before you guys can, where's the three pentacle, like do this synergy. Okay, you and someone else creating a third thing, synergy, a child, a family, a relationship, a business, a corporation, me and an entity, that it creates the thing that can stand the test of time. It is. You already know it is. But you can't just manifest this thing in the energy you're in. Spirit saying, hold up, hold up. What about unconditional love? What about love of self? What about all the toxic things still going on? What about this thing that needs to transform within your world? You focus on that. Then the 10 cups comes. 10 cups comes. Okay? Pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, you guys picked the Storyteller's Tarot. Let's take a look at your reading, shall we? Is someone lying to you? Is someone not telling you the truth, or you don't know, maybe? You don't know if you can believe what someone's saying. That's coming through for someone, okay? It doesn't have to be your case. Let's see, though. Spirit, for pile number 3, what is pile 3's answer to their question? Yes, no, or why? Why, yes, no, or why is it the way that it is? A yes or no for pile number 3, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Yes, no, and why? What's going on energetically here for pile 3 situation they came here about? Spirits, thank you so much. So we have the Page of Scepters, which is the Page of Wands, and the King of Scepters, King of Wands, in reverse. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. They're not all in reverse. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming through. Why is this Page of Scepters here, Spirit? Ace of Scepters, Ace of Wands, and we have the Devil in reverse, and we have the Death. Oh my goodness. So we have Capricorn and Scorpio, and the Death card is clarified by the King of Hearts, which is the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And then we have the Ace of Spikes, which is the Ace of Swords. And under the Ace of Swords, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Let me tap into this energy, okay? It's kind of giving me the coyote from Lion King, the one that's a little bit slow. Anyway. Okay, pile number 3. You guys might have been drawn to pile number 2 because it feels the same. And so I don't know, whoever's here is hardcore. Hardcore at these readings. Asking the same thing in 10 different ways. Obsession. Okay? That's maybe how you'll know if it's your pile or not, okay? So go check out number 2, because I'm not going to beat that horse again. But I am going to read what this says here, okay? There is a question you have, and this question is in regards to the truth. Okay, and I do feel like what I was saying was, is this person telling me the truth? I do feel like you want to know something about someone. You want to know, 1, is this person going to come forward? Okay, this person that you feel you're uncertain, potentially, if there's as much desire here to have momentum, to have a vision, to have an outcome, to engage themselves in a way here that could create something. of a potential here. It's like, is this person willing to put in the work? Is this person going to be committed? Is this person want to put in this effort? Or is this person just sort of fly by night? Is it sort of a thing where they might show up and then fall flat? Is this a person that, has a world of theirs maybe that is toxic in their world and they can't let go of it? Is this person somebody here who will change? Will they change? Will they allow themselves to work through any challenges that they're going through that's keeping them stuck in maybe having confidence to move forward, confidence in communicating their truth, confidence in showing up in a solid way that can help you build a 10 of cups between you and this person? Because right now it's like what you are experiencing is seeing a potential here to have happiness with this person, whoever this person is, but it's like we'd have to put in the elbow grease. Like we have to show up. We'd have to be dedicated and committed, and this person isn't. And it's like, will this ever change? Will this person ever change? Will the situation ever transform? Or will I ever not be as obsessed as I am for some of you guys? Because I feel there's an obsession here. Okay, now I'm going to convert this and tell you the only reason we have this really strong pull, Spirit is talking about, it's not so much of an obsession as it is our soul. Our soul is wanting us to work through certain things. And this is why we're really pulled to certain situations or people, even if it's not feeling very good for us, even if it feels like it might be toxic or like not good. So go watch pile 2 as to the whys. Okay, why you're sort of maybe feeling that obsessive, toxic way. If you're not, because for some of you guys, you're not obsessed. You're just wanting to know this person, they have certain things in their world, vices, addictions, bad habits, or just having to overcome this lack of confidence in themselves or vision for themselves or purpose for themselves, or like they have a hard time committing to something. It's like they don't put in the effort. They're giving up on themselves. You feel like you could see more in this person, but it's like they're not even willing to see it in themselves. It's like, will they ever see this? Is this person finally going to see the light or take the initiative or work through this thing? And Spirit is saying yes. Why? Because this person is called to transform themselves, to work through this. And you might be a catalyst for this person to see the light. There's a new beginning this person is being called in their world. And the new beginning can only start when the old gets cut off. The old. What's the old? Anything here that is actually not serving this person in a healthy way. So patterns, habits, addictions, circumstances that keep this person staying in their old world. It doesn't allow this person forward momentum. It won't until this person deals with it. This person has to cut off a lot of things. Addictions, people, past things before they could step forward. This is why they're not doing it. They can't. The old is taking up space. The addiction is taking up airtime. And it's feeding them some story about themselves where they can't see themselves clearly. They see themselves from the eyes of the devil. This person's working through this. I feel this person's been working through this for some time. They will break through this. This will be transformed. But until it's still present in the reading, the devil's still here. They're battling the devil right now. They're trying to sum up all that they can. I feel like this person has a big challenge here to work through before they can actually show up and dedicate and commit themselves in a consistent way for you to put towards building something here that can make you guys emotionally happy. Both of you guys, this person has a lot of love for you. If you're asking whether this person has feels for you, yes. If you're asking if this person is going to come forward, yes. They will communicate. I feel like this person is a very determined, and I feel they're very determined by their love for you. Deep, deep love for you. I feel like this person might be torn between the past and the new, and they're battling themselves, two sides of themselves, two split parts of themselves. And this can happen in masculine energy when there is, it can happen in feminine energy too, but I feel in masculine energy here, because this is what I'm getting by all this fire. Okay, wands. Okay, it's like all of this fire is masculine energy, and the two selves are battling because there's a part of the masculine that's warrior, that's tough, that wants to be strong and tough, and then there's part of the masculine archetype here that also wants to be intimate, that wants to tap into emotions, And it battles itself because it's like, can I be vulnerable? And so these two archetypes are battling each other, but I do feel like there's something of the past that needs to be let go and released, and something of the future here that gives them purpose. But it's like, I can't move forward from the future until I break the chains of the devil. So there's a lot of like tumultuous energy going on here. There's a lot of emotions. This person, which I will call a masculine, is having a hard time navigating through. It's like, I have a difficult time with my emotions. I have a difficult time understanding them. I have a difficult time navigating them, or even validating them or seeing them. I see them as threats. I see them as throwing me off balance. I see them as trying to pull control, and I don't want to lose control. The archetype warrior here wants control, wants to prove to self that I am tough, I am strong, especially if you've awakened this divine masculine's warrior ability. Like wanting to prove strength here, but there is nothing to prove. There really isn't. But we must silence and work through these archetypes. And the only way to really see through it is to break through ego. Okay. The devil for me represents an egoic sort of unhealthy understanding we might have of what it means to control or what emotions mean. And it's like, no. So that must get transmuted. This must get locked off, And I feel like, does this person have passion for you? Yes, because you might think, well, if they're not showing up, or if they're not doing the long-term vision of what they want, then it's like, maybe they're not attracted, or maybe they're only attracted, but there's no long game. It's like, no, not only are they attracted here, but there is a deep, deep, profound love, emotional intensity, obsession here even. But it's like this warrior is battling himself. He can't move forward here. And in the physical world, even, there could be, like I said, things of the past that need to be cut off and transmuted. So whatever they can transmute, they transmute. Whatever they need to cut off, they cut off. And they got to make space in order to have consistency to show up and put the effort here. That's the great truth. Spirit is acknowledging this great truth. Right now, you got the slow hyena from the Lion King happening here. Okay? Seems like completely like, I don't know. This is how they feel about themselves, When they see themselves, they see the slow hyena, the one that doesn't know left from right. What the truth is, it's all like confusing here. And so they're looking to what? I don't know what they're looking to lead them, but it's complete confusion here, or has been, but they're working through it. Okay. And so I feel another message coming through here. Spirit is saying it's going to be something very sudden. Okay, it will be something very sudden. I don't think you're going to see it coming. I think it's very unexpected when it does happen. I feel like this person is being guided by divine timing. There's nothing you can do. You've already done all that you can. This person is having to come through their own pace of whenever they overcome this thing so that they could show up here. Okay, but they're wrapping this up. We see the world here. We see the timing here. Okay, and look at, we're also seeing two candles here. I'm seeing twin flames. Candle with a flame. Okay, two flames, but you're independent of this person, and this person is independent of you. Okay, but two flames can come together here. And how they're going to come together here is by overcoming, transmuting a lot of what they need to on their own before they can come together here. And this person is like fighting for their life, I feel here, like obviously this is a metaphor, but it's an internal battle here. And it's like the past and the future of theirs. And right now they're sort of stuck in the sea, in the storm of transmutation. And I also feel like that sometimes the past can have heavier weight, and that sometimes the future dream can have a heavier weight for this person. And they might not know what's real for them at this time if they're navigating through this, and they could be thrown about, sometimes hanging on to the past, thinking the past is needed or stuck to it because of the devilly conditioning or programming or chains, thinking it's real. And then at other times be totally pulled by their love and their vision of knowing what the future could hold for them, in this connection. And then having to take action about it. And so, look at the Hierophant is all about lessons learned, but this is about commitment. This is also about our own understanding that we value of how we live our life. And so if this person's Hierophant is how they lived their life in the past. It's so interesting because when I do this is the past and this is the future. But in the reading, this is the past, this is the future. I'm just trying to see because there's a message that's coming through with that. Yeah, it's like crisscrossed here, you know? I mean, this person has to get it straight. Their wires are crossed. And I feel like this person has to deal with the Hierophant. So how they see commitment and what it is that they value in their world, well, how they've been programmed to believe. Now, this doesn't mean that other people might have programmed them. This could be their own programming. You know, they could see religion in a certain way, their upbringing in a certain way. They might see relationship in a certain way. They might have strong beliefs that are just man-made beliefs here, you know, that aren't necessarily true. And they have to see through this. But the only way to do this is through a learning. You know, through a learning, an inner experience, so that they could see the great truth, so that they know what to commit to. Because right now I feel like this person isn't committed in a way that you're seeing it. Okay, energetically, I feel like this person is tied to this in a very profound way. Very profound way. You know, it's the great truth here that this person is having to see. And until they work through this and see it, they will not experience what is on the table for them to experience in this connection, which is the 10 cups with you. And this person would have to live with this truth, you know? It's like they chose to listen to the man-made structure or lie or belief. They have to see through this. And I feel like there could be a major thing to overcome, you know? It's like, my religion says this, or you guys might have differences, like complete differences here. It could be age, it could be cultural, it could be something that really opposes their view, you know, but it opposes my view because I'll be single till I die, you know. And that's what I've always said, and that's what I always believed. Or like, I'd always, I don't know, marry someone in my culture, or I would never get married, or it has to be in marriage. And you're like, no, or it has to be someone without a family here. I don't know, whatever their story is, you know, it's just devilly stuff. And now all of a sudden my truest emotions are contradicting this, and I want to control that it is in this religion, or that it is this Hierophant, and how can I get the Hierophant to be real and fight against these emotions? Well, the emotions are always going to win here, because the tidal wave here is tumultuous when we learn to accept, when we learn to cut any idea that is actually not in line with great truth. And so right now their Hierophant might not be in line with great truth. And the stronger, the deeper their emotions are, which is the King of Cups, it doesn't get any deeper than this. This king loves the deepest. And then they have to face this. You can't put your emotions anywhere. Like you can't hide water, you know, in a pillowcase. Like there's no way to not deal with it. Okay, and I feel like it's mutual here. And I feel there's gold in here with all this beautiful gold light, which is giving me sun energy, you know? Ultimate joy, happiness. It's giving me enlightenment. It's working through the ego. It's working through the childhood desires, speaking to the inner child, welcoming the inner child, seeing ourselves as gold here, because I do feel this person might have an issue with their confidence, you know? So is it a yes? I feel your answer is a yes to this person sort of showing up, you know, but it's like, why it's not happening is this holdup and this devil, you know, and this person is being delayed by all sorts of things that are happening with them, not necessarily anything to do with you or how they feel about you or any of this stuff. You know, the truth is going to reveal itself here. And Spirit is talking about how it's going to happen, you know. And like I say, it's because of these deep feels here that are allowing this transformation to happen through a process here of divine timing. And this person, you know, will have to naturally get there. They can't just appear different because they want to be different. I don't think this person wants to be in tumultuous conflict at all. You know, I feel if this person could choose to be confident, could choose to have a vision, could choose to move forward without conflict, that's what they would choose. And there's something in the past here that, you know, their past version, their past life, the past thing that holds them there, that idea, that story, that Hierophant, it had a hold of this person so tightly that this whole connection is like getting them to confront it, getting them to fight it, getting them to see a greater truth. And only then can they experience, the pot at the end of the rainbow here. And they might even feel like it's too good to be true. And it's like, so at first, maybe it's like, why even chase a rainbow? Why? Oh, there's nothing going to be there. And sometimes we want to believe that, but it's like, no, this person could get to true happiness here, could experience the gold pot, This person might like to smoke pot. It's coming through very strong. All right. It could be this addiction as well that we're seeing here, but it could be anything here. This person might live near a body of water as well. This person has big feelings for you, okay? And I feel like you might, doubt, because it's like, well, if this person isn't showing up here and isn't as committed and dedicated to this, then obviously it means something else, and the only something else is that their internal manship, I guess, is battling itself, This person is a strong warrior here, and they need to see it. And they need to understand that they're worthy of experiencing the pot at the end of the rainbow. But if they don't see it as a pot at the end of the rainbow because they've always believed something else, then it's like, well, they got to see through that something else first, So, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 4. You guys pick the Minciati Tarot cards. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We're looking at your question. Yeah, yes, no, and why. Okay, whatever it is that you're coming to this reading about. You might just want confirmation about something, or to understand why something is the way it is, or whether it will be a yes or a no. But we'll ask Spirit to break down whatever this is for beautiful pile number 4. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. Let's take a look at your answer. So this tarot deck has a lot of elements, like fire, earth. It has all the zodiacs in it, so it's not your traditional tarot. Okay, so we might pull more cards if we need, but we're asking Spirit for the answer to your question so we can gain some insight as to the why. Something might be a yes or a no. Yes, no, why, Spirit, for pile number 4. I feel this here. Yes. Okay. The water. First thing we get is the element and the death under that. Wow. Okay, well, we have Scorpio and more Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and we have pen marks on my hand. All right. Water. 21. Well, 21 is judgment as well. And the ship could talk about travel. Judgment talks about an awakening or a revelation of sorts. Death is definitely the end and the release of something here. And we have the 10 of clubs, which is 10 wands in reverse. Okay, we have the King of clubs. So that's the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Lots of wands here. Interesting. Wands is fire. And then we have water, which is like polar opposite elements here. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. And we have the 2 of clubs, 2 wands in reverse here, clarifying this King of Wands. This 2 of wands is interesting. Look, it's crossed here. It's kind of giving me a 2 swords type energy because it seems to be like a crossroads here. All right. I'm also, this wand is tying me back to this death energy. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius energy coming through. So some air, but it is blocked here. And then we have the 5 of Swords. A lot of blocks here I'm feeling. Okay, not necessarily with you, but just blocks. Okay, so the 6 of coins and the 3 of coins. Okie dokie. Let me tap into this, okay? What's under death is the earth. Look at that element now. 22. So 22 is a master number. Peacemaker, diplomacy, healthy energetic boundaries, and divinely guided relationships. Now, it's in reverse with the earth. So earth is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Beautiful people. I feel like your situation, circumstance, I feel like at one point in time you felt solid, secure, safe. Maybe you had like a job that was steady or security somehow in your world, you know? I feel like as things shifted or changed, and I don't know if it was by choice of yours or if it just abruptly ended or you had to release it, or like it seems like maybe it morphed, over time. Who knows? Maybe you lost your job. Maybe that relationship just, I don't know, something shifted. It's like, it'll never be the same, or you can't go back, or that job just doesn't exist, or that relationship is over. And now there's uncertainty here. And it's like, it's complete like night and day. It feels like, the night and day is now, I feel like, at the mercy of not knowing, or this energy that I can't ground, or nothing certain. And it might be seasick because I don't know how I feel about this. You might have had to be forced out of something. You might have been forced to move in a direction you don't want to go, like move towns, move jobs, move. Maybe you're in constant flux. It's like not knowing one day from the next, and it can make us seasick because as individuals, we want certainty. We don't want to be just up in the air here, I feel like Spirit is talking that the heaviness is over. Okay, it might have felt very challenging, and it might still be transitioning out of this challenge. Spirit is talking about this is coming to an end here. Okay, but you're not really seeing yet how the solution is coming, and Spirit wants you to know that the solution is coming. Okay, there is something solid on the other side here. Okay, and I'm not just blowing smoke to you. You will see it. This will be a job that pays you well. This will be something you can build. This will be something grounded. This will be something in the 3D in a practical way, not just fluffy sort of dreams and rainbows and unicorns. I don't think you're there yet because I feel like Spirit is talking about things having to align. I'm really seeing the star here with the Aquarius. Okay, and also to get you thinking outside the box here a little differently. And we might have a certain taste in our mouth about what we experienced, which has created a version of you. And there's nothing wrong with that version of you. However, that version of you might be putting up with more than you need to. This could be a version of you that's like, like I'll do whatever the job says or pays me in that amount of money, like, and then just like run with that without questioning it at all. And so then if a job was to fall in your lap, you just be like taking that, and Spirit knows that there's something greater, or there could be like in a relationship, there could be like, I would settle there forever because it was just what I do, but you were carrying the weight of this person, or maybe this person, and you weren't a good fit, and you might have felt just overburdened or carrying too much. I feel like there was too much of yourself you had to give to that situation. And maybe you thought, well, it has to be like that. I have to work 14-hour days, and make like minimum wage or whatever. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Spirit knows. Okay, so stars are aligning for you, but I think there's something that Spirit wants you to understand about yourself, that this had to happen in this way, or else you'd never see it. You'd probably burn yourself out, And so Spirit is talking about you needing to surrender here to something greater that you're not quite seeing. And that's fine, because to just say, just blindly surrender and you don't see it is very challenging to do. But this is when we talk about having faith, having a strong connection with the divine, knowing like you know, so that you can manifest what's for you, because what's for you will not miss you. It won't miss you. Okay, but it doesn't weigh a thing. You don't have to carry the burden. It's nothing you have to hang on to or prove or clutch to or like strenuous. No, if it's strenuous, it's not for you. If you must carry it and it's too heavy, it's not for you, no matter how much you want to stay there. And you could stay there with your free will. And Spirit's saying for this, no. Because if you were to stay there, I think you would have broke your back. Spirit is saying stars will align. They're not aligned just yet. Whoever was there, whatever you're experiencing, was actually not in line with you. It was blocking you from growth. It was blocking you from movement. It maybe was even too stiff, not flexible. There's something you're being moved towards, and you might feel very uncomfortable. It's like, well, I like solidity. I like being comfortable and fixed. It's like, well, you might like it, but you're going to like what's on the other side more. But you'll have to get uncomfortable. And why you got to get uncomfortable is so that you can actually see what is for you, because there's something absolutely beautiful for you. And it's the right people, the right situation, the right circumstance that doesn't block your growth, that actually supports you, that might even encourage parts of yourself that have been dormant or not seen. And this is why this has happened here. Okay, so I feel like you're maybe you lost confidence potentially of yourself. But I feel like the big one here is I don't see, the vision of how I'd get now there, or like the security I had, or even if you didn't have the security at one point, which maybe you already clicked away. It's like a vision you want to the security. Like I want to build the dream job, or like I really want this beautiful, luxurious, solid thing that doesn't go anywhere, that I could depend upon. But I don't see how it's going to happen. I don't see my way through it, and it's like you might feel like you only have one choice, and that the option to have this is robbed from you, or you just don't see it today. And Spirit is saying you're not seeing it, not because it doesn't exist, but because something needs to be released and something needs to be understood by you, and stars need to align, and the right people need to be around, and the situation needs to change, and the location and the environment around you, the energy around you. This is why you don't see it. This is why this isn't presented itself. So if it's a job, it hasn't presented itself as an opportunity, although it exists in the universe because everything exists all at once. The job, the situation, the ideal thing for you, the right circumstance is there, but you're not seeing it. It's in the shadows right now. And all you feel like right now, if you resonate with this energy, is like, I have to be at the mercy of this one thing. I don't like this one thing, Spirit. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's uncertain. It's making me seasick. It maybe has me in constant flux, like I said. And you're like, where am I going? Where is this ever going to land? I just want to like hit land and like make a tent or like build a home. You don't even want a tent. You want a home. You want to build roots. And it's like, just get me to land already. Just get me to land already. And Spirit is assuring you, you will get to land. This whole thing is to get you to surrender, to get the right people and circumstances to you. And so everything is going to go awry. People are going to butt up against you. Things aren't going to go the way they should go, and they haven't, until you learn to surrender to the divine universe and say, this is obviously me fighting upstream, fighting uphill, fighting battles here to try to prove something that's no longer aligned for me. It's no longer aligned. And it's like this by design, so that you can give to a place that's actually going to reciprocate your value back to you, or else you'd stay there over giving, maybe in situations that weren't paying you enough, or that you're carrying the heavier load. No more. Something beautiful you're about to build here, but it has to be with the right people and the right environment and the right circumstance and situation. So this is the right job, the right person, the right entity, because the thing you're creating will stand the test of time. It is where you're going to hang your hat. It is the security. It is the long term. It is the paradise. Nobody can uproot this thing, And so it's not just like a job where I could get laid off, or it's not just like a relationship that isn't going to get anywhere again. Maybe you wanted a family, and it's like you were in a relationship where someone you're like compromised, Maybe you had to live in their part of town, or where they wanted, or I don't know. Like compromise here. And it's like, no, whatever this thing is, it's actually beneficial mutually. It's a beautiful build here, and it feels like paradise, and it feels very secure and solid. Like this is assured for you. It's going to be given to you. You're blessed by this thing, okay? So like there's no doubt about where you're being led to here. Okay, but I think this whole thing is all about, like I said, I was getting judgment. It's like the aha, like, oh, I see it now, And I don't think you saw it, or maybe you're beginning to see it. Like I was carrying too much, or I was paid unfairly, or this wasn't great, or this was against me, or these people were actually not aligned. And now I see it. Now I see that they were keeping me little, keeping me stuck, maybe making me overwork, It's like, no, not no more. Not no more. And Spirit is saying there's something about you as well that's, because this could be purposeful. It's like if you stayed at that job, you would never create that thing, whatever that thing in that new environment is very unique to you. It's very different. And the world is going to be blessed with this thing. I don't know what this thing is, like your trait, your talent, your creative thing that has to be birthed to the universe. It would have been blocked here, and it would have never came out of you at all. It would have been stuck there, and you're destined to have this thing, And I feel like this energy is requiring you maybe to be different than how you've been in the past. And you might be very awkward about it, but it's the true you. It's like, question those people, but I mean, obviously you don't want to sit there arguing with those people, but question, like differently, like maybe even in your own mind, like there's some part of you that's very different that those people didn't support. They couldn't encourage that part of you, that vision of you, or that beautiful thing that you're about to bless the universe with. It would have been stifled, would have been like silenced, you would have never seen it. You would have believed whatever those people are selling you, like paper pusher, or stay in this relationship, that's just like monotonous. It's not getting you anywhere. It's not doing anything for you. It's not supporting your uniqueness. There's a uniqueness here that needs to be given to the universe, and you will be in an environment that can support this. And you're going to put that out there, and feel so blessed to put it out there, because it's going to pay you back in kind. It's going to show back to you your value. It's going to create something so beautiful here in the 3D. Okay, and it is something that is very stable, but it allows you to be flexible with this part of yourself, which you've had to silence, or you couldn't bring it out in this environment. This could be like an entrepreneur type energy as well, like your own clientele, your own vision, your own way of driving this thing. It's like, no, I have to work for the corporation. They made me do it this way. And if it's a job, it's like, this job allows me to open up my own department, run my own people, do my own thing. Or take the company where I want it to go, be sort of the entrepreneur within that company. It's like, wow, and I get paid, and I get seen, and I'm not like having to argue with my boss or those people, or my equals, or actually want to see me succeed. Like, wow, and if it's the relationship, like I said, it's like, it's not dead end. Like, I could see like having a family, or us moving. Like, I always wanted to live or retire out east or out west or whatever, and my partner was like, no, grind, whatever this is here, And so I feel like there's a need to slow down. Spirit is saying, slow down, because whatever this was getting you going, where you would have just burnt out, even if it is dead end. It could be like very circuitous, repeat, rinse and repeat, to the point where it's like, whoa, I just can't no more. And I don't see a way out. Now it's coming through, and you might have already clicked away. You could already be in a secure sort of environment, Rinse, repeat at a job like this. It's like, no, it must end. It must end. Okay? And just because it's secure, we might want to hang on to it thinking that's the way it has to be. And Spirit's saying, no, you're about to bust here in this, even though it's like repeat, and maybe it seems like it's not very heavy, but it is heavy. The heaviness of the repeat, keeping you stuck, keeping you little. Repeat. Day 1, day 2, year 1, year 2, decade 1, decade 2. Like, no, 20 years, 40 years. How long do you want to be here? No, stop. Time to see the other option here. And so if you're not going to see it, Spirit's going to cut out whatever doesn't work for you. Not because you don't have free will, but because it just becomes too heavy to carry, to the point where you must surrender, you must slow down, you must see this beautiful thing you have within you. Otherwise, you're never going to bless the universe with this thing. And you're going to be blessed to do it. It's twofold. It's both sides. Feeling fulfilled. And it is in line with your feels. Okay, it's in line with your desire, with your passion, with your creativity. I think it pushes you to be this version of you, but not in a stressful way. Pushes you in a way that you love. It makes you feel alive. It's so uplifting here and rewarding financially and materially, and whatever wealth means to you. It's so rewarding over here. And you're going to say, fuck, why didn't I do this sooner? Because I didn't see. And Spirit's saying, don't get hung up on that. You didn't see it. You couldn't see it. You were too blinded by whatever you were doing here. It was too heavy. When you're 10 wands, you can't see beyond any other side of this 10 wand. It's max capacity. 10 wand, totally full to the brim. Can't see anything beyond this, This is why we must put it down. We must release that. We must surrender, or else we can't see the greatness, the change. And you'll have capacity for so much more. And it's so beautiful. It really is. Pile number 4. Beautiful reading. Okay. So whatever you're uncomfortable with here, Spirit just saying surrender, slow down. Your beauty will come forward. Let it come forward naturally. It's nothing to force. If something's misaligned, people misaligned, cut them out in a way here, because you can't force them. You can't work with them. You can't stay in a block situation. A stagnant situation, a win-lose situation. That's not where you're meant to be at all. You're meant to move towards something here that's going to give you growth, okay? But you have to be in an energy that flows with it. Not clinging, not forced, not out of habits, none of that, all right? So don't let anything put your fire out here, because I feel your environment puts your fire out. Even though you're all these 10 wands, but it's putting your fire out. Your passion, your fire needs to ignite here, and your environment's watering you down. Hella big time. All right. Beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Gorgeous angel pile number 5. I have a feeling not many people picked this pile. I don't know why, but let's see. I feel like it's actually going to be a beautiful message, but I don't know. You know, 5s are about to change, but I feel like this is beautiful energy that I am feeling. So let's see. We want to know why, yes or no. So your situation is going to pull through here. You know, it's going to pull through here and show you what you need to know. Why something might be happening, or whether it's a yes or a no, or you know, whether you're needing to understand something more clearly or get confirmation about something. Okay, so just know what situation, circumstance you came here about to see. Spirit, a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 5. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 5. Thank you so much, pile 5, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. What is this about? Yes, no, and why for pile number 5? So we have the Emperor in reverse. I'm going to take the ones that revealed itself. And we have the Prince of Wands in reverse. It's a fire energy here. We have Aries. Sorry, not the prince, princess. And the princess is the Page of Wands in reverse. Spirit's clear and concise message for pile number 5. Why? And yes or no. The 6 of Wands in reverse. Why is the Emperor here in reverse, Spirit? Art, which is Temperance, and it is in reverse. Okay, Sagittarius energy. Why is this Page of Wands? Now, everything's coming in reverse, which is interesting because not all the cards are in reverse here. Why is this Page of Wands here in reverse? So pages are all about communication, new beginnings. Page of Wands is about, could be about travel or exploration. This one's coming sideways. Why is this 6 of Wands here in reverse, Spirit? Now, I do feel, because at the beginning we got a barf load of cards here, I feel like we're going to do a little separate card thing here on the side for you guys. Whatever that means. I don't generally pull them like this, but I do feel there's one more. That one there. Okay. All right. So what do you have? You have the Knight of Swords. Wow. You have Strength, Leo energy in the sideways position here. And you have the 3 of Cups. Okay. And what's under this Knight of Swords? You have the Death, and it is in reverse. Scorpio energy. Okay. Okay, it's getting really hot in here. Okay, beautiful angel, everything will be okay. All right, everything will be okay. I feel like you're putting a lot on yourself, you know? This is what it's giving. It's like it's like something wrong with you or your inability to do, or like something like this. Like I can't do it, or I haven't been able to do it, or will I be able to do it? Like what if it doesn't work? And like all of this type of stuff, you know? This is old you. This old you is going away. What I'm really seeing about you is you're coming into your power. Okay, it's absolutely beautiful. You're coming into your power because you're confronting what you're needing to. Fears, beliefs, reasons to stay small, or reasons to do what I've always done that didn't allow me to be confident in myself. I think wherever you're moving towards is absolutely right for you. And I think your greatest fear is yourself. You know, what if I can't succeed at it? What if I'm not in the right, or what if I'm not the right role, the right person? You know, and that's natural we would think this, but I feel like it's heavy here because I think you might have a skewed way of how you see yourself, that you must be stronger than you are, or smarter than you are, or more this or more that. And Spirit is saying you are a beautiful warrior here. You're able to overcome everything, and the universe is working with you. I'm getting Chariot here, okay? And the Chariot is the universe saying, the wheels are already in motion. I got your back. The universe is backing you, and whatever this is, in order for you to have success. You're not alone in doing the outcome of this thing, because you might feel like, I got to figure it out, or I got to be strong enough, or I got to be courageous enough on my own. It feels very like, oh, like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I will. And if I do, it might fall flat, and all of this stuff, and so we might have a very difficult time sort of moving from where we are. And Spirit is saying it's happening. We're releasing old things of the past version of who we used to identify as, that was keeping us little and small, that was keeping us most likely unregulated and unbalanced. It could be our emotions just felt like unregulated here, or we just felt like we were in an energy predominantly one of, I can't, I won't, I don't know how, or I'm sort of stuck and fixed in one sort of way because it's done me right, but at the expense of something else. And Spirit is saying there is no expense of nothing else. Things are coming into balance here. There isn't one or the other. Like, you could be your beautiful self, your purest self, your strongest self in an environment that sees it, supports it, and get the reward of it. It's not a this or that. Okay. And so I do feel like whatever you are asking about, it's a yes. It's harmonious. It's the right thing for you here. But I feel like you're being tweaked and aligned so that you could step into this knowingness, into this confidence, into this, you could deal with it and know inside yourself and feel comfortable, because Spirit's not going to put you in front of something and just be like, well, you're good enough for it, or you're ready for it. And you're like, oh, I don't feel ready for it. How do you get ready for it? Spirit says through a process that the universe is putting you through. So you got to shed a lot of things here that is actually not you. It might have been a way that you coped. It might have been a way that you were living your life. It might have been a belief you had, or a story you held on to, or something that was of service to you at one point in time. But Spirit was saying it wasn't you in your truest power. Whatever this is going to give you true power, true strength, true confidence. And you're going to see yourself completely different, like completely different. And if you think you see yourself already like this, the Spirit is saying it wasn't coming from the truest place, because you were giving up something. It wasn't actually aligned. And it was like, I'm going to choose my strength in my mind and screw my feelings, or I'm going to do this thing and screw this other thing, because this other thing I don't need, or I'm not welcoming of this other thing in some way. But I think we were robbing ourselves of victory. And I feel like maybe it just is really to do with how we think other people might see us as strong, or might see us as successful, or might see us as I don't know, it could be one specific situation. Like, this situation might not see me in the way I want to be seen, or I don't see myself as having the success or the confidence. Whatever the situation is, I think you have had a preconceived idea of what you want to look like, or what you want success to look like, or how you want to accomplish that said thing. And then it's like, unless I reach that bar, or am that, then I'll just not do it, or I won't explore it, or I'll just like miss out on it. It's like, no, maybe that's our old way of doing it. It's like someone who plays small because it's like, I don't know that I'd succeed or be successful at it, and I don't want to be foolish, or I don't want to be a novice at it, or I don't want to go through the learning pain of it, because then what happens if I fail? What happens if I trip? What happens if I look foolish? What happens? That's an emperor in the shadow. I want to appear like I have control. I want to appear like I know what I'm doing. I want to be the boss of it. I want to be in charge of it. I want to be in control of it. It's like, no, that's all one side that's lopsided at the expense of something else. And so something is coming into balance here. And what's coming into balance is for you to absolutely enjoy the experience without the need for control, without the need to hang on to an illusion or an image of self. That Spirit is allowing you to find balance and is going to guide you through this thing. And you're going to confront this thing, even if there's a lot of resistance to it or uncertainty about it. This is the card I feel of success here, because I'm getting a lot of Chariot, but I'm also getting with your in unison with you. This Knight of Swords is going to confront things, and you could have been very abrupt in sort of cutting out certain people or situations as good, bad, win, lose. This is for me. That's not for me, but it's out of not knowing self. It's out of a fear of us maybe not having confidence in ourselves, of like being able to deliver. And so we just cut it out. It's like, nah, I'll just cut that out. I'll never be able to do that. Even though inside of us, and maybe there was always a desire to try it, or that we never seen that we could be good at it, or experience it on the other side, and just wrote it off. And Spirit saying, you're not going to write it off, because it is exactly where you're supposed to sort of go. This is all about harmony. The right community, the right people aligned with celebrating and people celebrating you for who you are. Not the version of you want to appear as, but who you truly are. It's like you could put down your mask. You could put down how you think you have to be. This environment welcomes you exactly as you are. It's like, whoa, I didn't even know who I really was, because I've always had to sort of wear this mask or this identity of me and be the strong one or be convincing of people or like this. And now there's a newfound courage, and this courage is courage to be self, courage to maybe not be as strong as you might want to appear as. That's true strength. And then being like, oh, wow, I actually am strong. This actually does feel empowering. But to be this other way is actually feels weak. Like I had to mask myself, or I had to pretend, or I had to be in the wrong environment here to support the false me. And it falls flat. That version of you falls flat because it's not deeply fulfilled. This is like completely feeling seen and celebrated, not fakely celebrated for who I'm not, Two of Swords. So I feel like, there's like an opportunity for you to move in a direction that you've been hesitant on, that you couldn't see beyond the version of you. And so your environment kept you sort of in an energy of what you've always known, and it might have felt very safe, but now it's like, no, there's time for us to get out of the safe zone. And really the facing this part is the hardest part, that I'm going to actually make the decision to get out. But the thing you're actually confronting isn't anything you need courage on. It's actually aligned with you. It feels very much like home. It feels very much like your family. It feels very much like where you belong. Where you are right now actually feels like you have to upkeep some sort of version of you that isn't you. This is being released. It's not you. No matter if you've been there all your life like this way and think this is me. No, it's not. This is the you created here so that you could upkeep that. So you wouldn't have to move out of that. So you wouldn't have to explore any uncomfortable situation that you might feel like exposed or vulnerable or like seen for the first time for who you are. This is courageous. This is actually the Emperor. Okay, so this situation you're asking about is a yes. It's aligned for you. And it's working through what isn't you that needs to go away here. So let's see. This is in a sideways position. The King of Cups. So the King of Cups loves the deepest. So like I said, the emotions here were put on the back burner. Something that speaks to your heart, something that you truly feel connected to on a soul level. It's reciprocated here. Look at the two dolphins. It's giving me yin yang, because I'm feeling, again, the Chariot, which is all about shadow integration, but it's about balance. And so we can't just choose one side. Like, this gives me strength, and so I'll ignore everything else. There was an unregulated imbalance here. Now you're confronting balance. You're confronting how you should feel or how your actual feelings are without maybe suppressing them or being honest with them. Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So we were blocked in experiencing a new beginning because we might have felt like, I don't want to be a novice, or I don't want to start over here because it puts me in a vulnerable position, or it makes me feel uncomfortable to be maybe having to be like a child again, because that would require you to be honest with yourself and your feelings. And so I feel like you were blocked here in exploring something, or an opportunity was hella blocked. I also feel your communication about the truth might have been blocked. I feel it was inauthentic because it wasn't aligned with your heart. How do you truly feel? What is it that you're truly wanting to experience for yourself? There's something coming to the surface here that's honest, that's true. Only when we're truthful with ourselves can we be seen for who we are. Okay, there, the chariot. I was feeling the chariot. Now we got it. Okay, Cancer energy, shadow integration. This is the universe has your back. The universe has your back. You're going to succeed at whatever this is. You have a lot of fear about not succeeding, and that this is like personal victory, like you're on your own. Either you're going to fall flat on your face, it's not going to work, and if you're prone to negative thinking, which you could be, this could be the thing you're releasing, you might see what could just go wrong. And this is about the universe and you working in tandem here to succeed. This chariot stops at nothing to get victory. It's like the Karen at the shopping mall. Let me talk to your manager. No. What about your manager? No. What about your manager? Until they get a yes. Okay. This is a yes from the universe. A yes from the universe. And the universe has the pull and the strength. And once you know you're backed by the universe, your confidence is at an all-time high. There's nothing that can stop you. Okay. And I feel like you're in an energy here of the ego self that tries to have the victory instead of letting the universe have the victory with you. And so that's why we feel weak. That's why we feel we can't. That's why we feel like, what if I fail? That's why we have this egoic version of us. And it's like, no, let the universe take the wheel. The universe knows, but we must see beyond our own ego. And this opportunity is to be experienced, is speaking to your heart here. Don't shut it out. Yeah, something you can give to. So something like, I can't give to it, or I don't know if it's going to give to me in a way here that's balanced. And so we don't explore it. We don't invest in it. We don't give to it. It's lopsided here. Spirit is saying, no, we're going to balance our heart with our mind, our can do with what we truly want to do, not upkeep anything other than some truth that we can actually give to in a fair, balanced way. Okay. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Whatever this is, beautiful angel. You're divinely guided by the universe. It's meant for you. It's your community. It's your relationships. It's your people. It's actually your comfort. I think right now you think you're in a comfort zone, but it doesn't feel aligned to you because it goes against how you truly feel. And the universe wants to pull you out of that and say, see, my child, like the things will get much better. They will feel much better. You can give to a situation that's actually giving to you. And it feels very balanced. It feels like you're seen. It feels like you're celebrated. It feels like you're acknowledged. But you must acknowledge yourself first. You must allow the universe to work with you. You must have the courage to say, yes, I acknowledge my feels. I acknowledge that this stands for something. We must heal this part of ourself, the shadowy parts that doesn't take action because it wants control, or doesn't acknowledge because if it acknowledges, it's like I'm vulnerable in some way, or I'm saying something to myself that I feel uncomfortable with because I've only ever known one way of me. And we're undoing that ego belief. Okay, I feel like you're about to be blessed here by the universe, by whatever this experience is. This is a blessing. Things turning for the better. You're going to wake up saying, I am so blessed I can give to something here. And if you do feel blessed already, it's like even more over the top blessed. This thing's going to give to you in abundance here, but you must have the dance with the universe. Right now, you're sort of not dancing with the universe, giving to this thing, or investing in this thing, or showing up for this thing. You're like, no, I'll just sit over here in the safe zone, watching whatever it is that I've always been watching. It's like, no, release whatever you're watching, release whatever you've been doing, drop the ego. Understand that you might only be there because you're wanting control of sorts, but it's an imbalance. It's at the risk of something else, or at the expense of something else, I should say. And you're going to get your power from this thing, your confidence from this thing, because it's the truest version of you that's being seen and celebrated, not the fake version or false version or the strong version or the controlled version or the other version. This is like a new opportunity for you to experience and feel like a child, be seen, for your innocence, which might seem very scary, but the universe is like, no, not at all. This is balance. This is victory. This is feeling very successful. Okay. And this is forward momentum, not feeling stuck, because I feel like you might be stuck somewhere here and the universe is trying to pull you forward. It's like, wow, there's a beautiful world out here for you to explore. Pile number 5. Why are you staying here? And you might say, well, I want to stay here, or whatever you're saying. It's like, well, how do you know if you've never experienced this other side? And you might not admit, well, I'm too scared to go there. No, you wouldn't. You know, and Spirit is saying, no, actually, it's your stubbornness, your need for control that's keeping you where you're at. If you really listen to your heart or your emotions or your passions in regards to how you feel, truthfully, you would move in this direction. You'd invest differently. Okay, and this is about to shift for you. It is aligned for you. It's meant for you. It's destined for you. Pile number 5, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 6. Wow, hammered through 6 readings, and we're only at an hour 39. Wow. All right, pretty decent. So what are we looking at? We're going to be looking at yes, no, and why. Okay, so whatever situation, circumstance you came here about, we're going to get some insight around that situation. You know, is it a yes? Is it a no? Like, why is it happening or unfolding the way it is? Okay, so that you can answer or get confirmation or validate what you might be thinking about this situation, circumstance. Okay, so pile number 6. Let's take a look. Spirits, for pile 6, yes, no, or why? What's going on energetically here in the situation, circumstance? Can we answer as to a yes or a no or a why? Is this happening or has happened or should happen, will happen? Yes, no, why? For pile 6, spirits, thank you so much. Pile 6, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. So grateful. Thank you so much. Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 6. Thank you so much. Yes, no, and why? So we have joy. This is card of the sun. Wow, it is in reverse. Where do these go here? Okay. We have ones revealing themselves underneath this big chunk that just fell. So we have 5 of Cups, disappointment, and then we have the Page of Cups, and it says imagination. For pile 6, spirits, what is their yes, no messaging here, or why? Clear and concise message in a way pile 6 will understand the messaging being communicated. Thank you so much. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords, and it says power. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo energy. We have the Knight of Cups. So now we have the Page and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. And then we have the King of Cups, Dreamweaver, Voyager. Interesting. Look at all these cups. And then we have the Lovers in reverse with the twin flames. Okay, twin candles here. Gemini, love in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in reverse. And we have the Two of Wands, Focus. I haven't seen this card. Look at this owl. It's giving me Queen of Swords energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be here. Well, yes, is here for sure. Interesting. And then clarity. Yeah, look at that. The Queen of Swords is all about clarity. I don't know why that came through very strong. And then we have 3 Pentacles, cooperation with the beautiful sunflower. I'm getting this sun energy from the sunflower. Okay, so let me sit here with your pile and then get into your reading, okay? Okay, this is a message I always deliver here. You know, you guys might get tired of hearing me say it, but I think it's the same people coming through. I was wanting maybe something different, you know, asking the same questions in a different way and getting the same answer from the universe until this is sort of experienced, okay? I find it funny because people are always like, I want a reading about my career. I want a reading about that. And it always comes down to love here. It really does, you know? So let's just accept where we're at. Everybody, accept where you're at. Don't fight it. Don't pretend. Don't ignore it. I'm not saying this person is, but someone needed to hear that, okay? Now, your message, pile number 6 for you. I feel you feel not happy. It's like your joy has been robbed from you because you're pegging your joy and your happiness to something outside of you. That is the truth, okay? The great truth is that you are pegging your own internal happiness on something outside of you, most likely a relationship. Doesn't have to be for this pile. I will be happy when. And so you ask this thing, you want something, and you don't feel happy because you don't have it. This pile doesn't have what they think they need and want. The thing that will bring you the truest happiness ever, completely fulfill me. It's not here in my arms. I don't have it. I can't touch it. I can't feel it. I can't smell it. When will it come? Why is it blocked? Spirit. I feel my emotions are tied to that thing deeply, profoundly. I cannot reach it. It's robbed from me and I don't see it. When will it come? How will it come? Why can't I get there? And Spirit keeps saying, until you actually understand and see and learn your own value comes from the inside. This lesson will only be seen and understood by you through an experience of disappointment. So you are being handed a dishload of disappointments. Okay, it could be one massive fat disappointment here. This thing isn't coming aligned. I do not feel like I'm getting what I want, who I want, and how I want it to be. It feels stuck and blocked and out of my control. What can I do? What can I do? I feel like it's not an option for me. I'll never find the love of my life. I'll never be able to go down this path. And I feel it is for a lot of you guys love, but it's like, I feel it's destined for me to experience with another. And only when I experience that will I feel whole. Only then will I be strong. Only then will I get the thing that it is that I really, truly feel. And I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But the Spirit is saying that's actually you seeing it skewed. You're actually not seeing the truth. So yes, your feeling is right. You are feeling incomplete. You are feeling lack. You are feeling unlovable. You are feeling robbed of the thing that you want to experience. That's true. You're feeling these ways. You are. And Spirit is saying you're only feeling these ways because you believe something that's untrue. And that belief itself is creating this feeling of lack, this feeling of sadness, this feeling of being without. And Spirit is saying your answer is yes. You will experience a situation external from you that will bring you a happiness, but not the type of happiness that you're actually being shown here. The happiness you're actually to experience here is a true one of peace, a true one, not highs and lows, not like a happiness that's just like fleeting, not exhilarating happiness, intense happinesses, or like passion that comes from situations and then it fizzles out and burns. Those are peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. Egoic love, egoic satisfaction. I got the job, I lost the job. I got the promotion and then it wears out. I got the new car and then it wears out. I keep going to a bigger house, a bigger house, a bigger house until when? When will this ego ever be satisfied? You know, it's like this relationship. And when I get this person, then I'll be happy. And then it's like, well, I want them to marry me. Well, I want to have children. Why? And then I'm disappointed again. Or this person now has other focuses. Now I'm not happy. It's like, no, none of this is going to hinder on an external person or validation. None of it. And it shouldn't. But we are humans, and this is how we navigate until we have our ego death. The ego death is happening. Why? The ego death only happens when we have to face situations that are very painful. We have no other choice but to see through our own shenanigans, our ego. Our ego says, then you'll be happy. It's like, no, you're not seeing your self-worth, okay? You're not seeing your self-worth, and I feel like your situation isn't seeing your value, and so then it reflects back to you, I'm not getting what I want. And why? Is because the true self, the self that can actually express itself through that beautiful heart space is being suppressed right now through the ego. And the beliefs are clouding the truth of who you are. And as long as that ego stays running the show, and we're not working to deconstruct, transmute, see through what's unreal, and work at it like it's our breath. We must work through this thing. Otherwise, we will continue to suffer. How bad do you want to be happy? And this happiness is a peaceful happiness where you're constantly at a nice, even keel of peace. Happy situations happen, and they're blessed. And shitty things happen, and you're at peace, and you're blessed. It doesn't matter what's happening. You're going to be at peace and blessed completely. One with the creator, one with the universe, completely at peace, completely satisfied. Right now, we're peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. Something else is going to complete me. Until it comes, I don't feel whole. I don't feel complete. Okay, but you feel very deeply. I feel there's a lot of emotions here for your situation. It's true. Okay? And Spirit is saying it has to be like this by design. If you didn't give two shits about it, you just move on to the next thing. It's like something you feel so profoundly deep about. And it's like, why do I feel so deep about this? Why is it so I feel so emotionally connected to this thing, and it rocks me to the core that it's not aligned and that it's blocked, and that will it ever align? How will it ever be for me? I don't see it. And Spirit is saying all of this heaviness is to open your heart space. All of this heaviness is for you to have an ego death, to see through what isn't real, so you can see the truth of who you are. So you can see that you are totally valued, appreciated as you are, without what you attain or who you have on your arm or what's in your world. It's not about that. It really isn't about that. And it's not just mouth service. Like, you're going to have to experience and see this within yourself. And this, I feel, is someone who's like, I must be in relationship, or I must be aligned with that in which is for me. Otherwise, I'm not going to experience fulfillment. I'm not going to experience myself. I'm going to be feeling very sad, upset, disappointed, and not valued, because you're not valuing your own self. And so Spirit is wanting you to know you're at a crossroads right now. It feels very stuck. That is very real. There is no gaslighting here. You're right. You are. And you are here for a reason. It's so that the joy can come, so the clarity can come, so the peace can come, and the ego can shed, and the disappointment has to stay as long as it does. The stalemate has to stay. The lack of moving forward has to be here as long as it takes. Spirit says they're in no rush. Spirit is in no rush. It's saying take as long as this takes until you see the truth. Okay? And the truth is that we are all one. And so whatever it is that you're seeking is already a part of you. You are one and the same already. It doesn't need to manifest in the 3D. And until you have that unity consciousness, that one with the Creator, that moment of inspiration where you're totally, I see it. I'm enlightened. Now I understand what it means by we're all one, this higher state of consciousness. Until you have that and feel that with your thing that you think you're lacking, until you experience that moment of, Spirit says it's not going to happen. Not because you're being tortured, not because it's being robbed of you. And you might be saying, well, I just want a relationship. I just want a job in culinary. That keeps coming through my readings, Why? And unless I reach that thing, there has to be that thing. That's like, and that, is what we're dealing with. Because when that thing is not there, we're not going to hit the lows. It's like, whoa, I'm always in this beautiful energy of seeing the beauty around me and myself. And I feel one with it. And nothing can contaminate that feeling of euphoria that comes within me. It's here to stay. And it's by the simplest little things. I don't need grand gestures of love or high-paying jobs or fast-moving cars. It's like I feel this way sitting here in my bed, like just, whoa, feeling the warmth around me is just, whoa, it overtakes me, But we can't choose that. It comes within us. It's generated within us. The heat is bubbling within you. I think some of you guys are going through a kundalini, which means the heat is going to rise within you naturally. Nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is see through the ego, let the ego fall. Don't resist. And it's only created by suffering. It's only created by disappointment. It's only created by a deep, deep sense of profound, intense emotions here that don't get reciprocated, or we feel we're missing out. To open up the heart space, I feel you want to give love, and that's great. And Spirit's saying, give it to yourself. Something you need to connect to yourself, Connect to yourself, beautiful angel. And then you'll get out of this two swords. Until you see it and connect to it yourself, you're going to constantly be seeking it with another. And this will be blocked here. Your ultimate union is blocked for a reason. This must be done. We can't say, okay, well, with this person, and let me go then to another one. Maybe then I'll find it. No, that's not how it's going to happen. There is no other person out there that's going to give you this. Spirit's saying it's blocked here. Your destiny is blocked in regards to aligning you with that in which your ego is thinking it needs right here, right now, in order to feel whole for a reason. Okay? And so Spirit is saying, you are destined to create this beautiful thing. If it's a relationship you want, a job you want, a certain person that's going to come work with you. Okay? We're not seeing it. We're not understanding right now. And Spirit says, all things must come into alignment here. Okay? Right now, I feel like the King of Swords is representing logic, But the logic is skewed when we don't see clearly. The logic is skewed when we're still in ego. The logic is sort of in this, it has a mind speak of what we're used to. And then it has an idea and it runs with that and it thinks like that. And Spirit's saying, no, this logic, this mind is going to be cleared up. It's going to be clarity. So nothing wrong with mind, nothing wrong with heart, but mind and heart have to be pure and cleared up of the ego in order for it to see clearly, in order for you to have the right type of thoughts. Now, right, aligned, not distorted. No one loves me. I'll never find love. I just want to experience love, or I just want to experience this thing. It's like you feel you want to because it's our innate desire to feel this way, to connect to it. But it's really you inside of you that wants to connect with the you. That's why you feel it so strongly. It's like desiring you to touch this thing within you, to see this beauty within you. And then things will become very clear and you'll start to see and understand. It's like, whoa, now I understand. Now I understand that it wasn't that these people were rejecting me or that this door was closed. It's that I was closing the door for myself. I wasn't seeing or understanding clearly. I was seeing from a very skewed perspective. You know, the skewed perspective was creating the suffering, not that the other person was rejecting or that opportunity was rejecting. In fact, there's a bunch of opportunity. There's so much abundance everywhere. It's all abundant everywhere. I'm not seeing it because I was very narrow in how I was seeing this opportunity as the only or the do or die or the be all or the most value I could possibly need or want at this point in time is through this outlet. And Spirit's saying, no, it's not through this outlet. Look how big our eyes are. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. There's so many possibilities. Okay. And this isn't saying, okay, we'll just go to another thing that's going to be another relationship or another person that's not a stalemate. Because right now you feel cock-blocked. I'm blocked by the universe. I'm blocked by this thing. Blocked by this person. Blocked by this opportunity. It's like, no, you're the one who's actually working through this block. The block is created because you're not seeing clearly. Universe isn't putting any blocks. All opportunity is on the table for you. Every single thing is on the table for you. Spirit is saying, but you must see, you must understand with clarity, and not from ego. That's the only time you'll get a green light for you to create with this thing, for people to cooperate, for you to build the ultimate relationship, for you to have the dream job. Okay, but you're coming into this unity consciousness. That's the only thing I could say, you know, seeing everything as sort of divine source, all interconnected, and not feeling removed from it, not feeling detached from it, not feeling like it's outside of you. This is what's rising within you. It's rising within you so that you can connect to your own truest self here. And you could see yourself through the eyes of clarity, what's actually true, clearly, not distorted. Your beauty, your value is not predicated on whatever experience you think is going to then dictate whatever you then want to feel. No. Okay. And so if you are in a situation, which I feel a lot of you guys are, with someone here who seems stuck and blocked, and you might want to know, will I ever find someone that will love me deeply? Yes. In fact, you probably already have. You're probably already opened that door. You found most likely this person, or you will be aligned with this person. It will happen for you. But this cannot be your focus, okay? I say person, whatever, your destined thing. You're right. You are destined for this thing. It's already in motion. It's already in motion, okay? Let the disappointment sort of be understood by you. Let you see through this thing clearly. The only way for this thing to actually be in line with your purpose and destiny is for you to experience this in the way that it's unfolding here so that you could see clearly. It's like all about seeing yourself clearly, like who you are, what your value rides on, and seeing that the external world isn't outside of you. There's only one sort of energy, and that's yours. All of it, all the outside world is how you're seeing it, but it's really a reflection of what's going on within you. There's just one energy, and it's yours. All of it is you, beautiful angel. It's all you. That person, that situation, everything. There's no other thing happening to you. Okay, but Spirit wants you to see this. It takes time to connect to it because, like I said, we've been adapted to one way of thinking and the mind gets in the way. The mind is seeing separation. And I think it's an illusion of the eyes, you know? out there. I'm seeing a separate person, a separate thing, an opportunity that's like in a timeline that's like going to unfold in like some sort of timing. It's like, no, for one, everything is happening all at once. It's all at once. It's already happening. It's all here. We don't comprehend it with the mind. Spirit doesn't want you to have to use the mind to comprehend this thing. Just know that everything that you could possibly ever want is already here for you. Spirit wants you to see it. And the only way you will see it is when you connect to, we are all one. I feel connected to the divine creator. I understand my wholeness and my completeness is already there when I connect to my essence. And when I do this, then things are going to open up for me. Then I can manifest this thing. Then I'm in a state of true joy and bliss. It's not ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And then I can experience love with another truly, profoundly. I can open my heart space from the place of unconditional love, not from fear, not from transaction, not from ego, not chasing from one person to another. No. What this is all about is experiencing mega disappointment in order for us to see the truth. You know, the truth of who we are. Who you are, beautiful angel, is divine creator's extension, who is here to create abundance and be in dance with the universe from the true, authentic place of creation. Okay, you can't create that in which is aligned for you if you're in an egoic identity of seeking and scarcity. It's not going to manifest the thing, the relationship, or the true purpose here. Okay, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. If you're called to another pile, I will see you there. All right, bye-bye.